Hello, Dr. Truman.
And my sisters. Shalom.
Shalom, brother. How are you?
Shalom, brother. How are you?
I am so blessed, and my heart goes out to everyone experiencing what's going on in that with Sandy. All these people and that are being harmed and displaced. And it's affecting them, and it's affecting their relatives and their friends, and it's another travesty of these times where we see our government attacking our people in very evil ways, and these are the times when we need to know about natural remedies, about having a colloidal silver water generator that we can purify water with, that we can turn water that is undrinkable because of the bacteria and the fungus and the viruses in it, that we can purify that water enough to drink it, and also take clear, pure water and make colloidal silver water out of that water to use it as medicine topically and internally, because colloidal silver water is one of the blessings that God has given us to fight diseases. Of course, these are things that the establishment and our government frown upon, as they frown upon me and have harassed me, and I've now I've lost my home of 20 years fighting and standing up for people to have the right to have information, truthful information about natural remedies. Our government has historically, whether they're Democrats or Republicans or whoever it is in office, they have historically stopped the people as much as possible from getting natural remedies and natural remedy information. It is against the law, and the FDA and the DOJ are harassing people like me that help people and give out truthful information. If I just said, hey, this herb is good, and but I can't tell you that it's good for cancer. I can't tell you that it's good for arthritis. I can't tell you about how wonderful certain herbs are for high blood pressure. I'm not allowed to do that, but I do it anyway, and I'll never quit. This is how I serve God. I'm a minister, and I'm a minister, an ordained minister, and an ordained bishop. And I love the Lord, and it is my calling to help everyone and to give truthful information about these herbs. And so my education of 14 years of college, I'm a graduate ethnobotanist, phytotherapist, master herbalist, chartered herbalist, with 51, in 2 months it'll be 52 years of helping people with honest information and being chased around until I lose my home, until now I've lost this latest ministry, Good Shepherd Ministries, our auxiliary, Alternative Health and Herbs Remedies in Albany, Oregon, is packing up the boxes. And we're moving now to a different facility because we have been run out of there by the FDA and the DOJ, who have threatened us. And I sued them for threatening me and bullying me. I sued them to stop them, and then they turned around. Of course, I lost that case because of our legal system, which is nothing but a tool for our government to do whatever they want. And so when I sued the FDA and the DOJ, I lost that case, but I spent all my money trying to fight it, and I kept praying to the Lord for some brothers and sisters that could send me a small donation, any kind of a donation, so I could pay the legal bills. Well, it never happened. People didn't. People don't have any money.
Well, Doc, let us start from the beginning so that brothers and sisters out there can hear what's going on. First of all, just introduce yourself formally, and there's a line of questions that I would like to ask that will give the listeners an opportunity to hear you out and to hear exactly what happened. First of all, just give them your name, your whole title, if you don't mind.
I am Bishop Dr. Truman Berst. I'm, like I say, a graduate ethnobotanist, biotherapist, master herbalist, chartered herbalist, and master herbologist. I have dedicated my life starting a ministry in Albany, Oregon, called Good Shepherd Ministries. Good Shepherd Ministries created an auxiliary to help people at no charge, a non-profit Christian ministry to give truthful information about natural remedies. Well, all this infuriated the government.
Okay. Well,
so that's
we're
why
going to get into the government. We're going to get into the government part real quick, but let me ask just on this level first before we get to the government part. Let me ask you a question right out. If someone came to you and said that they have AIDS or HIV positive, what would you say to them?
I'd say to them that there are many things that we can do. I would ask them if they have an email address, because then I would go to my massive website where I have put all of this information on the website for people. The website is healthherbs.com. That's HEALTHHERBS. The word health, the word herbs, all jammed together like one long word. Healthherbs.com. So here I am on that.
Okay.
I'm on that website, and I would look under conditions. I would click on H, and it's going to give us information about HIV. Actually, I would go to a better source here. I would go to C, and I would look at under C. I would look at cancer, because you're going to find the information that when you're treating cancer is going to be the way that we would treat all cancers and HIV as well.
Well, maybe I need to ask you different. All right, let me ask you this, doctor. Okay, would you, if they came to you and say that they were under practical care, which is practice in medicine, would you suggest that they take the medication that's given them by the government? And if not, why?
No, I can't, in all sincerity, and never have, which has made me a renegade, because I know that chemotherapy will kill you and is nothing but a profit murder system for the pharmaceutical industry. I will have no part of that. What I would do is give them truthful information about natural remedies like modafinil, the seaweed that was developed for the Chernobyl nuclear catastrophe victims. That seaweed, they take 40 pounds of the core of pure seaweed, and just the core of it, 40 pounds of it, and they concentrate it down to 1 pound. And that 1 pound of modafinil, MODIFILAN, that seaweed, then in the presence of cancer cells and renegade cells, it makes them explode. That's called fucoidan. The ingredient in the seaweed that does that is fucoidan. And so I would make sure that they know about this fucoidan, which is also good against radiation poisoning, because this seaweed absorbs radiation. It absorbs lead, mercury, all kinds of metals, and takes them out of the body. I would make sure that they have this information. I would send them free reports. I would talk to them over the telephone and answer them by email and by telephone to make sure that they understand. I would give them my private telephone number so they can call me anytime they need me. This is not done anywhere else, but that's what I do. So I'm, thank God that God has given a 71-year-old man the body of a 19-year-old that is very strong, and that I can continue this fight. So that's what I would do. I would be telling people with the cancer and HIV, I would be telling them about an acid alkaline balancing diet, so that their pH level was more alkaline than acid, because in the presence of AIDS and in the presence of cancers, the body is always too acidic. So we would show people how to use food to become more alkaline. And we would talk about structured water that is more alkaline. There's a lot of things that we can do that we're not supposed to be telling people. I'd be talking about the colloidal silver water that people can drink.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Brother Gocc. I'm one of the hosts here tonight.
Yes, hi, Brother Gocc.
And I'm looking. You just said before that you're 71 years old, right?
72 in a couple of months.
Well, I'm looking at a video of you right now while you're talking on your Ustream channel.
Yes.
And I need to see some ID.
You want to see some ID, huh?
Yes.
That's what Robert Bell's show said yesterday. He does reporting on how terrible the FDA is in our government, and he interviewed me yesterday, and that's what he said. He said, I interviewed this guy who's 71 years old, but he don't look 71, and he don't act 71. That's because God has shown me the way to
I need to see
people.
But getting back to what you're saying about these disease, cancer, diabetes, HIV, I have a list. When we announced to the guests or to the listeners that you'd be on this week, I got a host of questions to ask pertaining to these illness. You understand me? And I'm sure that the listeners here also who are clicking in, I'm sure that they have similar questions to go into, to ask as well. But I want to bring this back to the first question that Elder Ricard just asked you about HIV. Okay, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, we had a guest on the show saying that the HIV virus doesn't exist. What's your take on this?
It's a list of symptoms that they call HIV, and technically, he's correct. Doesn't exist. So we're dealing with a bunch of doctor-made up names for diseases that they've created that are basically a group of symptoms that then categorize that specific disease. But technically, right, you're right, it doesn't exist. But the symptoms exist, and the problem exists, and when you know the answers like colloidal silver water and like colostrum powder capsules to build up the immune system, like acidophilus powder to keep your friendly bacteria strong. And then if you know which amino acids help to detoxify the body and strengthen the body, what happens is you don't have these problems anymore. And the thing about it is, I create these long reports and I give them away free, and that's on our healthherbs.com website. When you click on conditions, that's where I am right now, and it brings up the alphabet, and I clicked on C for cancer, and it gives me all the list of all the things that you should know about, and then you can click on each one, and it tells you how to use it and a picture of it. And the FDA is infuriated with the amount of information that I give out, although in over 50 years they have no complaint. No one's ever complained that I've hurt anyone, only that I give out too much truthful information, and that's against the law.
Well, Doc, I'm telling you, it's a definite blessing. Let me ask you a few more questions here, because what I would like to do, and I'm going to yield it to him, because I know you got a lot of questions, Dodger, and I know the guests are burning with questions. Let me ask you this, and then we want to just take it to one side of it, as far as talking on the medical side. Then we're going to talk about the government attacks against you. But first, let me ask you this, and just answer me yes or no for a few of these, just so that our brothers and sisters can know how exact of a healer you have been. Have you ever had a diabetic person come up to you and claim they were diabetic, but once dealing with you, they were no longer diabetic?
Yes, and that can be said about almost every disease you can mention.
And I can go down the line. If I said cancer, what about pancreatic cancer?
No problem. Then I'm going to mention an herb called Momordica, which is going to restore the pancreas. And if you mention the liver, I'm going to mention an herb like milk thistle seed extract, which will rebuild new liver cells, 60% new liver cells in 120 days with half a teaspoon of milk thistle seed extract will rebuild the liver, 60% new liver cells. And it goes on and on like this. So there are answers.
So, okay, well let me keep on going. So you wouldn't suggest that a person get on statins with high blood pressure at all?
No. I'd ask them to increase their raw garlic and cayenne pepper, because that will probably alone take care of the high blood pressure. I'd make sure they're drinking plenty of water. You've got to look at the whole person. I'd be looking at their emotional situation, how much stress they're under. I'd be looking at other physical things. I'd be looking at their bowel movements. I'd be looking at their skin. I'd be looking at everything that's affecting them, because every little thing that affects you plays a concert in all of that's going on with your symptoms.
Okay, all right. So what you're saying in a nutshell, there's not a so-called man-made, a man-called disease that the body cannot cure with the right treatment. That's what you're saying.
And number one is faith in the Lord in the name of Jesus Christ and being washed in His blood. By the power of that faith alone, you are healed.
Yes.
You can't help God, but you can help the works of God by doing what He put before you. He put natural remedies, natural foods. These things are before us, but they're becoming more and more scarce because evil people are taking away any information about foods that help you, and even taking the foods away, and everybody's eating this genetically modified organisms, which is causing more disease. This is the most insidious attack on mankind in the history of man.
Profound. All right, so this is what we're going to do now. Let's go into your case real quick. The government came to shut you down. And what was the reason? What was the law on the books used to claim that you were doing something wrong? What did they say you were doing?
They said that I am giving out information that turns food into a drug. Because if you say an apple is good for your stomach, you just diagnosed, prescribed a drug, and made the apple a drug, and that's the Alice in Wonderland approach that they have, and the courts are backing them up, first of all, we're talking about the FDA. The FDA is the bully boys for the pharmaceutical industry. They are the policemen to protect and help the pharmaceutical industry. What would happen if we had a governmental agency that was interested in health food, and they had badges and guns, and everybody who didn't eat health food, they'd run around and put them in jail and fine them and persecute and prosecute these people and chase them around because if there was such a thing, agency. And it's just having the pharmaceutical industry, which is murdering people. I mean, you turn on the TV, and some attorney is telling you, or call us about, if you took this drug that is now killing people, call us, and every week it's another drug and another drug that's killing somebody, and some attorney is telling you, but nobody is saying anything like that about health food. So, yeah, our government is the terrorists are in control in our government, and that's a real sad problem. And it's not just the politicians; it's the legal systems that supports the politicians. It's a total infrastructure that has gone so corrupt that the only thing that makes any sense is to shun them and because we can't shut them down. They're in control. They even own the army. They're going to put us in concentration camps if we don't agree with them. So yeah, it's insidious, and that's kind of the attack.
So let me ask, because in the conversation, I think you mentioned that you sued Holder, and you sued the American government.
Yes,
and
I did.
You lost your house, not having of course, how can you fight against the government? Your pockets are not deep enough. But you lost your house in this battle, fighting against the government. Why? And what were you trying to accomplish by suing them? Like, what did you want? Like, what did you claim they were doing against you? What was the suit about?
They're restricting my rights as a human being to preach the gospel of the good news, which also includes diet. I mean, look at Leviticus, look at Daniel, throughout the Bible. God wants you to be healthy, eat healthy, drink healthy, but not our government. And they're so anti-religious. You know
what? I never examined it from a religious angle. You know, as far as if you were following the dietary law according to God, then you should have a religious right to practice what's in the Bible. I never really even looked at it from that angle.
Yeah, especially if I created a nonprofit church and help people at no charge, and then when the elderly come to me and I give them deep discounts off of products that I've already got competitively priced to ask for a donation in the general marketplace from that low price. Then I give a discount to elderly people, and I just talked with a man who on the phone who didn't have any money and was broke and was trying to live on a fixed income. And I said, okay, be sure and ask for a 25% discount. And I'm listening to myself, you know, do this.
Right.
I won't quit. I'm broke, but I won't quit. I will continue.
Well,
Brother,
the Most High gonna bless you. The Most High gonna bless you. All right, so I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna let God in because I know He has a long list of things to go through, and I'll just talk to you at the very end before we let the audience in because I know they have a lot of questions for you. Okay.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay, bless you, brother. Okay, God, you got it.
Okay, Dr. Truman, right? I have a list of questions here to go in. I'm probably gonna have to speak to you maybe outside of the show.
Yes, and I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to give you my private telephone number. You'd be surprised how many calls I get, and I answer each one of them. I get back to people. If I'm helping somebody else, I write that name and that telephone number down, and I keep looking back until either today or tomorrow. Or the next day, you're going to get a call from me because I'm going to call you and make sure you're helped. So my telephone number that I give out to everyone is 541-981-2520. That's my personal number. But if you want to call to talk to the people at our ministry, our nonprofit Christian ministry that manufactures 12,000 natural remedies, you want to talk directly to the office and to the herbalist there, that's good. Their telephone number is 541-791-8400. That's 541-791-8400. And the 800 telephone number, if you can't afford the call and don't have free long distance, please call the 800 number, 1-800-345-4152, extension 0. So those are all the numbers. And then you can email me, because I will do research, and I will email you back and put it all in writing so you can follow it and check it and look, and then you can call me back or you can answer me on email, and I stay with you. I stay with you. And that's the telephone number. Hold on just a minute. Incoming call. I'm going to tell somebody I'll call them back, okay? So don't go in. I don't know what that is. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't give out your number. They calling already, ain't they?
Maybe they are. But if that number will go in my CID log, and I will call that person back. So the email, to email me, and is Truman, Truman, at healthherbs.com, just like the website. Health Herbs is health, Health, herbs is HERBS, 2 words, jam them together, healthherbs.com. I'm Truman at healthherbs.com. You email me, and I will answer. Okay?
Okay, yeah, man. I have that.
What is your question that we can get started with here, if you'd like, and then when you contact me, I will make sure and do due diligence, make sure you get all of your questions answered, and that when you're trying something, we'll find out how it's working for you. You call me back over and over and over again until we got a handle on this, and you're receiving relief for the glory and for the victory of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Okay, all right.
Okay, is there any other question?
Let me get the first question. Okay, I have here rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay, now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my website, healthherbs.com. I'm clicking on conditions. That brings up the alphabet. I'm clicking on arthritis, or I'm clicking on A, which now brings up arthritis and rheumatism. And now it explains the different types of arthritis and rheumatism, that's characterized by inflammation of one or more joints, and the inflammation, pain, and stiffness may be present in areas such as muscles, which are close to the afflicted joint, and arthritis can occur suddenly or gradually. Then I described rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease, and the synovial membranes are attacked and become inflamed. Then I talk about osteoarthritis and what that is, and then I give you some research regarding that, research which has been linked to arthritis and to diet. Victims have lower blood levels of folic acid and protein and zinc. So these are things that we would make sure that you're getting plenty of minerals, like zinc, and we're going to make sure you get some folic acid and B12, and we're going to make sure you get protein from amino acids, because what an amino acid is, that's where protein has been broken down in your body and in the liver, and then becomes an amino acid and feeds the tissues. So if we bypass what the job that the liver has to do and just give you some amino acids that are targeted to your specific needs, for instance, with arthritis, we're going to look at amino acids like, just a second here, like L-cysteine. That's going to be a detoxifier. And each person, we have to make sure that we're looking at the whole body, and we always start with a little bit of anything just to make sure that it agrees with someone. Then they increase the dosage slightly of L-cysteine and maybe L-phenylalanine and L-histidine and glucosamine and chondroitin these kinds of things, which are all listed here, then you can click on them and you can see all about them and how much they cost. You can order them online, or you can call our telephone numbers and so forth, and we'll help you directly. But the thing about it is, here's the information. Here's a list of all the things that we need to do. There's an arthritis formula that is time proven. It's called number 1013, and guess what? I named it Arthritis Relief. Now, the FDA hates that. I'm not supposed to tell you what these herbs are for, but here it is. It says Arthritis Relief. It's in a tincture extract form, which is in drops, because if you put those drops under your tongue, you get 250 times more absorption than if you had a capsule or a tablet or a powder. So it's tongue, and it's got yucca root, burdock root, buckthorn bark, alfalfa, parsley, slippery elm bark, yarrow flower, cayenne pepper, devil's claw, and structured water, like Kangen water. But that's the formula, and it's in drops. And that's one of the things. And an interesting thing about this is, that's for arthritis. I've got one also for rheumatism, and it's called rheumatism. So you take these drops, and you start with a little bit, and then you call me, you talk to me, you let me know how they're working for you, and we make sure that your dosage is correct. We make sure that you're getting results, and if you need more help, then we give you more help. It might be something else going on that we need to give you more support. So it's just someone who's willing to do the work, and it's a labor of love for me to do this.
Okay. You see, I'm getting a lot of questions in, right? And
okay.
this one, someone sent me this one saying I should ask you. Okay. Any suggestions for someone who has had chemotherapy, radiotherapy, to get rid of the chemicals in the body? Is there any suggestions on that?
Yes, that would lead me to take a look at the super green foods. Super green foods, number 3600, because the ingredients there will nourish the body more than anything else you can put into your body. And it's got kelp in there and chlorella in there that bind up with heavy metals and give you this incredible detoxification. So this is what is needed here, is to detox the body, pull all these things out of the body and take them out of the body. So therefore you need to make sure you're drinking enough fluid, enough water to get all of this out. You can't just take something and you're done. You've got to use the water to take it through the body. The water is the river of life. And so with the right amount of water and the correct amount of nutrients, like this number 3600 super green foods, it's going to bind up with things that don't belong in the body, take them out, and at the same time give you super nutrition and probably more energy than you've ever known.
Okay.
That's just one thing that we can do for that. But it's seaweeds and chlorella that bind up with heavy metals. And we have a heavy metal detox formulation also. So there's just a lot of things. And again, the amino acids, L-cysteine and histidine, they're going to detox the body. So these are all very important. Things like the monofilin, that's going to bind up with things and take them out of the body, yet give you all kinds of minerals from the sea. So that's how that works, sir.
Okay. All right. I know the person who had that question is listening to you live right now. I think they're also watching you as well, and I know they have the numbers that you gave on the email, and I'm sure that they're gonna email you also. All right, and I want to open up the lines here because like I said, my list goes on, and I think I'm gonna have to phone you direct so I can get some of these things written down, or I'm gonna have to put the people onto you also direct. All right, but for
very good. Those who can email me at Truman@healthherbs.com. Please call me, at 541-981-2520. But right now, call in at 646-200-4309 to join this wonderful broadcast. Again, that number to join the broadcast here is 646-200-4309.
Okay. And someone just asked me to ask if do you ship overseas?
We ship worldwide. Yes, we ship everywhere.
Okay. All right, man. Cool. I'm gonna open the line and I'm bring a caller in. Okay. And it's Brother Alvin with a question for the doc. Okay. Let's get Brother. Shalom, brother. Can you hear me?
Shalom. I can hear you. How can I be helpful?
Hold on. That Brother Alvin, you there? Brother Alvin, no? Okay. Let's see if Brother Alvin can phone back in again. Let's go to it's Sister Checker with a question.
Okay. Yes.
Let's go to it's Sister Checker with a question.
Okay. Yes.
Go to hello, sister. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Hello. I can hear you as well.
Hi, Truman.
Shalom.
How are you? Shalom. I listen to I watch your Ustream show like every day.
You say you're watching it?
I watch your Ustream show every day.
Oh,
so I'm learning quite a bit from you.
Thank you very much. I'm hearing that from a number of people, so it encourages me to continue to do this, and I want to thank you very much for encouraging me. We all need encouragement.
Yeah, you're right. I contacted a couple of shows, including the Alex Jones show, concerning your situation. I sent emails, so I don't know what's going to come of that, but I'm trying to get it out there. Also, it's been very inspirational to me. I am going to be starting the School of Natural Healing very soon, so I would like to become a master herbalist myself.
Wonderful.
Just so I can do what you're doing.
We can all help each other work together and help more people because there are certainly a lot more people than there. You know, we need more help, and that's a blessing that you're called to do this work, and I would love to collaborate with you and continue to be your friend and helper for as long as you need me.
Great, thank you. I have a couple of things. The first one is, Brother Gocc, I don't know if you remember this, but you told a story about how when you were a child, your family friend gave you something and you threw up and your asthma was gone.
Yes, sir, yes.
Well, I heard Truman say on one of the shows that if someone takes lobelia, they'll throw up and the asthma will be gone. So I was wondering if maybe that was a plant that was outside of your house. Does that sound familiar?
The name, the name doesn't ring a bell, but that's
lobelia. Yeah, lobelia. That's an old Dr. Christopher remedy from the School of Natural Healing, and he would tell the story that a Mr. Workman. Wow, how can I remember this 50 years later? But I did. Mr. Workman. He tells had asthma so bad that he never could lay down. He always had to sit up. If he laid down, he'd choke to death. And finally, and he had this for years and years and years. Finally, he came to Dr. Christopher, and Dr. Christopher said, well, first we give you a stimulant, like cayenne pepper or peppermint, something to be a stimulant. Because then when you throw up, you're not going to be sore and have sore muscles from throwing up and getting all of this asthma out of your body. So that's what they did. They gave him a little cayenne pepper. It was a stimulant. Then after they gave him that, not much, I think probably half a teaspoon of 40 HTU cayenne, about 40, and about a half a teaspoon, and a half a cup of water. And if it's warm water, it goes in the body faster. And then after they do that stimulant, then they start with a teaspoon of lobelia, and they put hold that in the mouth a little bit, and then swallow it. Wait for 10 minutes. If you don't start retching and throwing this asthma out of the body, then you take another dose after 10 minutes. So now you got a second teaspoon in you, and that usually does it. I think they had to go with a third dose every 10 minutes. So after a half hour, he'd taken 3 teaspoons of lobelia, and he started retching, and blue, yellow, green, purple, every color, like the rainbow's coming out of this guy, until he's got all this junk, asthmatic fluids out of his system, and he went home, and he slept in a bed that night and laid down and never had another asthma attack ever again. And that is one. That's a dramatic asthma remedy. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. There are other asthma herbs that help people with asthma and other information that is valuable to know about for people who don't want such a dramatic remedy, because you could be gargling with colloidal silver water, taking that colon and liver cleansing liquid and flushing the digestive tract out so that it doesn't have so much mucus in the digestive tract with that colon and liver cleansing liquid. Taking MSM, that's methylsulfonylmethane, it's a powder, comes in a 1-pound can, looks like sugar, but it tastes a little bitter. And that builds cellular, that feeds your cells and keeps your cells young. That's one of the tricks of not aging, because MSM, which is just natural sulfur that is like in garlic, but it doesn't taste like garlic, it doesn't smell like garlic, just a powder, odorless kind of thing, and you take it, and when you get it, if you can get the dosage of SM up to about 3 tablespoons, you'll notice your hair, your fingernails, your skin, everything gets younger because the cells stop dying. So MSM is going to really help to build them up and strengthen them on a cellular level. And then if they know about how to boost the immune system to fight these things off and build themselves back up, they're going to take some colostrum capsules first thing in the morning and some acidophilus powder first thing in the morning, so that they're building up the immune system with the colostrum, and they're reestablishing all the friendly bacteria in their body first thing in the morning, with a glass of, hopefully, structured water would be the best, or at least mineral water or distilled water, as long as that water is drinkable. And then if they know about that 3600 super veggie powder, that's going to detox them and feed them and nourish them and give them a lot of energy. So that's going to be great when there's asthma. And making sure that when they're cleaning out with that 1477 colon and liver cleansing liquid, or the number 3600, or the fiber, excuse me, not the fiber, there's a CAC liquid, there's a CAC tea. The CAC liquid is for cleaning out the digestive tract and the colon of most people. That's 1477 colon and liver cleansing liquid. But if there is constipation, how we get rid of constipation? Because if you're constipated, all this is backing up in your system. So getting rid of constipation and regulating the bowel movement is done with this tea called CAC tea. And the tea, you can make gallons and gallons of it, so it's very economical, and it gets rid of constipation. It trains your bowel to go back to work again, so that you don't have to continue to take it forever. And then as you're taking a good tasting herbal tea, like the Daily Health Tea, then with Palo de Arco bark, or the Cat's Claw Tea, which is specific against asthma. Then number 4016 Cat's Claw Tea with a spice flavor, and then you've got some drops of the asthma herbal formula. And if the asthma is causing congestion in the chest, you're going to add maybe some number 1037 congestion formula drops. You can combine all of these together. If it's giving you hay fever symptoms, you'll need number 1050 hay fever formula. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of support to start getting rid of it, other than the dramatic way that I first mentioned. Go ahead.
Hold on, Doc. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Hold on. I want to cut you 1 minute. 1 second.
Yes.
Hello, can everyone hear me? Sorry about that. What it is, what's gonna happen in the next, say, just over half an hour, is that we're gonna go into the overtime, right? And a lot of the people who are listening online, they won't be able to continue listening to the broadcast, all right? I found out last week, I think we only have a limited amount of people we can take into the overtime. All right. So what I'm gonna ask everyone to do who's listening now, if they can log into your Ustream, right?
Yes.
So when we go over into the overtime, everyone can still continue because the questions are backing up and the switchboard is almost full to capacity. All right.
I understand. My Ustream. If you go up on Ustream.com, I am Truman the Herbalist. Truman. That's Truman the Herbalist. Herbalist. Truman the Herbalist on Ustream. Okay?
All right. So those of you who are listening online right now, and you're coming over into the how we do it normally during the week when we go with the numbers when you call in 646-200-4309. I don't think everyone's gonna be able to come in tonight due to the volume of listeners that we have on the show. So it's just repeat that for me, please. Your Ustream.
Ustream. When you go on Ustream, then you can type in Truman the Herbalist, and that's how you can reach me on Ustream.
Okay. So I hope everyone here can head over there. So when we go into the overtime in about 40 minutes, we'll be able to you'll be able to still partake with the discussion that's going on. All right. And we had Sister Checker with the question about the asthma. Yes, when I was younger, I had a similar experience with asthma, and they gave me some herbal remedy where it made me throw up. And since then, I've never had the problem again, you know. And you know, I'm a grown man now, you know. Not old, not you know, not elderly, but a grown, you know, a big man.
Yes.
And I've since then I've not had any problems with asthma. Okay?
Yes.
And,
sometimes people outgrow it. And
right.
That's the thing.
Nah, this was a direct result of the remedy they gave me when I was about 9 years old. I threw up. Very similar to how you described it before, when you see all that the rainbow coming out. And
must have been lobelia herb.
Since then, I've never had a problem with asthma before. Okay.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Most High. Okay. There's some questions here I wanted to ask you again real quick, and then we're gonna take some more callers. Okay. Let me see. Here we are at here. Okay. It says warfarin is a good treatment for blood thinning, is it?
Say what? What did you say is a good blood thinning is what?
Warfarin. W-A-R-F-A-R-I-N.
F-A-R-I-N. Warfarin. Well, let's take a look, because what I use for blood thinning is sassafras bark. It tastes good. It tastes like root beer.
Okay.
And it'll thin the blood too much if you take too much of it. So you have to be careful. But,
well, hold on.
Hold
on one sec. This person is taking it to prevent pulmonary embolism.
Yes.
Okay, and they're asking the question, what's a natural alternative, i.e. to prevent blood clots?
And that will be sassafras. And you don't want the tincture. That's the one time I don't use the tincture, because there are constituents in sassafras, the oils that will cook off when you take some sassafras bark and put it into the hot water, and simmer it for a little bit and break the bark down and get the sassafras out of it. Then the oils are evaporated up off of it, and you don't get it, because the oils are not good. They're cancerous. So you have to know that about sassafras bark, and the way to use it is to get some bark, and don't get the tincture, because if you're going to use the tincture, you would use very small amounts of it, like 3 to 6 drops is all. And it is used for arthritis and rheumatism and stomach cramps and gas, colic and ulcers and all kinds of stomach gastric upsets. It's also used for venereal disease as a pain reliever, and it's an excellent herb to use for appetite control programs. It functions to help the pituitary gland release protein and adjust the body's hormonal balance. So it's basically used in acne, skin disorders, obesity, psoriasis, and water retention. So that's how to use the tincture, but you would be taking maybe like about a tablespoon of sassafras bark to a pint of boiled water. You would simmer it for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Pull it off the burner, let it sit there, and you have sassafras tea, and you would take maybe a half of a cupful once or twice a day, and then let's make sure that this is doing what you need, and then you can adjust it more or less. What I don't want to do is to take too much water, off of the body, be too much of a diuretic. But that's what it is. It is a diuretic.
Okay. Can you believe that somebody asked me to say blood clots on radio? Anyways, let's take the next caller. Okay, it is Sister D with a question. Hello, shalom, sister. Can you hear me?
Shalom.
Shalom. The question?
Yes. Good evening, Doctor Elder Ricard and Brother Gocc. I have a question because I was on this website checking for the disease that I have, and I don't see it listed. I was diagnosed with a 2-millimeter brain aneurysm a year and a half ago, and so far my doctor just told me to make sure my blood pressure is regulated and don't be stressed. They didn't want to do anything about it because it's so small, and it's right behind my right ear and right in my main artery. So would he have any cure for that, or just,
Of course, I don't prescribe or diagnose, and I don't claim to do any curing. God does all the curing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But what I would use for brain embolism, tumors, and so forth, I'd make sure that you know about lecithin granules, because it's inexpensive. Brain is nervous tissue, all nerves. And lecithin feeds and soothes the nerves and is one of the few things that crosses the blood-brain barrier and feeds the brain and feeds all that nervous tissue and keeps it healthy. Mm-hmm. So I would get some lecithin granules. You get a bag of it, and you can put it on cereal. You can put it in food, power drinks, all over the place. It has no taste. And so that would be one thing. Mm-hmm. But then I would be looking at other herbs. I'm going to go to conditions, and I'm going to look at brain, and I'm looking at B, and I'm waiting for it to come up, probably. Mm-hmm. And here we go. Take a look down here. I'm looking BR. I don't see what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go another direction. I'm going to look at what things affect the brain, such as the memory. So I'm going back to conditions, and I'm going to look at memory. I didn't see anything under brain. It's going to be listed here under memory. And so I'm looking at memory, and I'm finding that flaxseed oil is going to be one of the things that feeds the brain. Taking phosphatidylserine is going to feed the brain and help with the memory and help to keep you mentally alert. There's the lecithin powder that's listed here. And this is all listed under memory in the condition report. So if you went on the website, healthherbs.com, and then clicked conditions, and then clicked on M, and then clicked on memory, you'd be there, and you'd be looking at that super green foods is going to be detoxifying the brain, and whatever's feeding any kind of tumors in the brain, it's going to help to drain it, and it's going to help. So the flaxseed oil, phosphatidylserine, lecithin granules, the super veggie powder green foods, amino acids like L-tyrosine, L-glutamine, and then here's a memory support formula that feeds the brain and supports the brain. It's called Memory Support number 1281. And when we look at that formulation, the herbs that are in it for memory support are Gocc, that clears the memory, helps give you a clear memory. Rosemary gives you a clear memory. Borage helps to feed the brain and strengthen the brain. And Eleutherococcus synthecosus, used to be called Siberian ginseng, gives you mental stamina and endurance. And there's licorice root and lobelia and valerian. Now the valerian is in there, is going to help the anxiety and the stress. Yes.
Right.
You mentioned that because that's
the doctor says one of the reasons it can cause it to stroke and high blood pressure can cause it to rupture.
Right.
So
so we're gonna look at that.
I have no
memory
symptoms. No.
That memory formula number 1281 has a lot of brain herbs in there that's going to help to have a healthy brain. But getting back to that memory, you're going to see all kinds of things that affect the memory in the brain. Vitamin E, bilberry, vitamin C, a mineral complex, niacin is going to be helpful. CoQ10 increases circulation to the brain, and you want about 300 milligrams of CoQ10. Bee pollen, that gives you lots of nourishment and all as a superfood. It feeds everything. And of course, there's the colon and liver cleansing liquid that's detoxing the body so the brain isn't getting toxic. And then if you're using that number 3349 fiber or better, the 3350 special fiber, that's going to sweep all the things out of the body that's poisoning the brain. And then digestive enzymes. So you break things down and digest things much better. And and remember, with the digestive enzymes, you'll want to ask for our best digestive enzyme, because we can't advertise them. So if you're going to use digestive enzymes, and you should, to break down everything, a really high-tech new digestive enzyme will even eat up scar tissue in the body. So that's very important to know about. That's a place to start. Then, as far as the high blood pressure, there's a formula of herbs for high blood pressure. And there's a formula of herbs for depression or anxiety. There's a formula for nerves to cool down the nervous system. It depends on how much support that you need as to where you start selecting some of these things, and then you keep adding more and more until all of a sudden the body says, thank you, you've done enough, no more tumors, no more brain problems, and by the way, don't you have a great memory now?
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'm definitely going to check out your webpage, and I'm definitely going to try some of those herbs that you mentioned for memory loss. Shalom.
Okay, do you have my email address?
Yes, Truman at healthherb.com.
Perfect. Be sure and email me, and because I want to make sure that you're being helped. This isn't just a one-time thing. People call me back over and over again. Then 30, 40, 50 years ago, they call me back with their kids and their dogs and their horses.
Oh.
Love the work. It's a labor of love for Jesus Christ. Amen.
All right. Well, may the Most High bless you, and shalom, brother, and thank you very much, and you will be hearing from me.
Shalom, my sister. God bless you. Bye for now.
Shalom, Elder Ricard and Brother Gocc.
Shalom, shalom.
Yes. Shalom, bless you.
Do we have any other callers, any other questions, please?
We have about 100 callers here to go through. Elder Ricard.
Yes, I just wanted to say real quick, we wanted to thank the brother. Another thing I wanted to put out there to let everyone know is that the brother been getting a hard time with the government, and as you can see, he's a living testimony. We thank the Most High for the brother as someone who's willing to give his life and give his treasure to heal and help people. The Most High blessed him with that, but through that he sacrificed everything, and he's losing. So if we want to continue, even though I think the brother do it regardless of what he has, I think that it'll be good if we can put out, if the brother can just tell the brothers and sisters out there how we can support him. I'm going to personally throw a donation into his help, to help his ministry, and I'm going to tell you that because, I mean, the information alone, you go into a doctor's office, he'll sit there and look at you for 5 minutes, ask what your symptoms are, go into his office and look on the computer and prescribe you medicine that's killing you, and you have to pay, $75 to $100 just so this guy can look at you before he prescribes something that'll kill you. The information he gave us tonight is worth his weight in gold. So it's not even about the money. It's about he's fighting for what's right. So I'm just going to put it out there that if the brother could, and he's an elder brother, and the Most High tells us we're supposed to honor our elders. He's an elder brother. He paved the way for us. If there's a way that we could help him through this struggle, I say that, we go into our pockets, whatever we can, and just go to a site or whatever and just donate what we can to help him through this. He lost his house. He believed in healing and helping people. And just like tonight, he didn't say, well, listen, I'm going to withhold information from you. And you contact me and you send this, and then I'll send you a remedy. He's just open with it, you understand? And some people might ask and sit back in a capitalistic society and ask, well, why would someone give all this away, this information that's worth its weight in gold? Why? Because it was not always like this where people were capitalizing off of healing people. Mm-hmm. That we have a right to be healthy, and the brother and understand this. But in a capitalistic society, he has become a threat and an enemy to the powers that be because he's teaching us how to live. He's teaching us how to eat. He's teaching us herbs. He's teaching us so many things. So I just want to just appeal to the brothers and sisters out there that if you do have something to donate, just do it. And we have to shake our people up too. Our people trust anyone that put on a white jacket. And you have some good people that's practicing medicine. You do, but they are only as good as the information they have access to, which means they don't know anything outside of the medical field that they've been taught through colleges or through school. So they're novices. You understand that they're novices in certain areas, not because they're not smart. They're only smart in one area. So we have to shake our brothers and sisters out there and let them know, like, listen, when they diagnose with something, listen, before you get, because part of practitioners is the scare tactic to get you in, to buying into their pharmaceuticals. So scare tactic is part of their marketing strategy. So when your loved ones come home and are afraid because of what the doctor told them, you have to calm them down and say, well, listen, that's what they do. They make money by scaring you into certain remedies. Let's give the doc a call. You understand? Let's call him up. You're going to be fine. The Most High has. Listen, we've been living a long lives before this modern medicine that's killing everyone. So I'm just putting it out there to support the brother. That's all I'm saying. Help him, support him, and I'm going to do it myself.
And Elder Ricard,
yeah.
This thought just came to my mind, and I don't know what Dr. Truman thinks about this. How about us doing a
Before
show?
you do that, can I go ahead and give out the website where anyone can donate in a variety of ways?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, just first let them put out how we can donate
where you
to
would
him.
go.
Let's just keep it there real quick.
Yeah. This is where you would go to donate, and I really need your help. I really do. I've lost everything. I financially can't continue to pay the attorneys, to be here to help people, and this is my love to help you. So if you can make a donation, please, I appreciate it. Healthherbs.com. That's HealthHerbs.com. Right on the front page it says, please make a donation, and they have all kinds of ways you can do that. If you could do it that way, or if that's not okay, then fine. Call them at the 800 number, 1-800-345-4152, extension 0, or the local number, 541-791-8400, and you can send them a check or whatever. Any amount is so appreciated because I have had so little support that it drained everything that I've had, but I will never, ever quit. I'll do this. If I have to sit here in rags and do it, I will continue. So I just want you to know that I'm not going away. They can't make me go away. God will say when it's time for me to leave.
Dr. Truman, this is what I was going to say just before that. And I'm just going to say it right now live as well. I don't know if you know what Elder Ricard thinks about us having maybe, you know, a show every month, once a month, that's just dedicated to just health and, you know, healing remedies to people. And, you know, you could come onto this show maybe once a month and talk, you know, and tell everyone.
I would love to do this. I would love to provide 2 hours of my time.
Yeah, we can.
To all the brothers and sisters, because even today, I feel in my heart that some people were not able to get their questions answered, and maybe they don't have a computer. I don't know, but I want to help everybody. So,
this is what I'm saying. Maybe we can use this this medium here to platform to get the word out, because if it's one thing that we all have someone who is ill. We all have something that needs some remedy in some way, shape, or form. So maybe we can use this and sorry.
Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, maybe we can use it and and we do a show once a month, like I'm saying, where we just deal with strictly health, and we can get the word going out there to all the families, all the friends, and we can all pool together. You understand me? And contribute. It's not.
Yes, we're one. We are one big family, and I love GOCC. I've never felt so much at home as with the brothers and the sisters. I mean, you are. I don't know how I'm kind of getting speechless here, and for me to be speechless, that's funny.
And you know what I was thinking about along the lines, and I'm gonna say it straight out over the air. We can talk one-on-one, but I'm hearing what you're doing, and even if on your page, and we can take a link directly from our health corner directly to your page, so
yes.
that and one thing that we can do that you can do to help, the same way you're giving these remedies, you can give audio remedies for everything that's on your site. Have someone click down and just download the site. I mean, download the remedy, like you talk them through how to use an herb or whatever. You can do that for $3 to $5 per download, and that will help the movement. Like
Guess
it's
what?
one thing to read it. It's one thing to read it. It's another thing to download it and hear how to actually go about utilizing it, when to pull back or whatever the case is, and how to deal with it. And
guess what, my brother?
It'll be an excellent way of doing it.
I took the #1 book on natural medicines written by medical doctors and herbalists and the health food people and it's called Prescriptions for Nutritional Healing. A huge book. I mean, this book is 869 pages. I detailed every single page against the 12,000 natural remedies that I created. I put it all 8 years it took me to do that. All those audios are free downloadable on my website, and I've never charged to help people, and I never charge for my audios. I don't charge for my condition reports. Only thing I ask for is some help with the herbs and the vitamins and things that people need. But it's all there. Free.
Well, that just came to me when you were just mentioning. You understand that you really need the help. Sometimes you have to you have to quantify them in a way in which you can stay above water also. But we can talk off air on that.
Sure.
You understand? We can talk off air on that. But I'm just trying to come up with ideas to keep you afloat, and hopefully we'll have you with us soon. You understand? We'll be operating together because the ship is going down, and we have brothers and sisters all over the earth that need this healing. You understand? Yeah. So if the brothers and sisters come together, they know they'll have someone who can look around and find some herbs that can heal them. So,
well, this is the way it should be, and I should, and if I could come on once a month and spend 2 hours helping people, then just so they know about me, then I can spend the rest of the time off of the air answering questions, helping people, guiding people, making sure they're getting results. Then I think we got a strong program. And then someday when we leave this place, it would be nice to come and be the herbalist for GOCC.
Okay, then we're going to make it work. So I tell you what, we're going to make sure once a month this show, which is the GOCC International search engine, we will have Dr. Truman Berst on here, and he can answer the questions. He'll answer, and I'll tell you, a lot of brothers and sisters all around the world will contribute and help you, and they need your help too. Mm-hmm. So
this is good. We all need to support those. Even those of us that are willing to do it for nothing, we still need to make sure that they're survived so that they can help us.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to relay it back, and I know a few people want to come on, and before I go, I would just like to say, brothers and sisters, that that, of course, you know our website is gatheringofchristchurch.org, and we have the Hebrew and Bible Academy in which you learn the Bible like you've never learned before. You can come in every Sunday. We have the Sabbath lessons. We teach the Hebrew. We have the up-to-date news. We have the biblical lessons on different topics. And it's our way of connecting with you all. So if you want to participate, send an email to gatheringas1@aol.com. I'm just going to relay it back to Gocc. Let's open the lines up. I know people have some questions out there.
Yeah, man. Sorry. We're down to the last 30 minutes of the live broadcast. Like I said to you, I don't think everyone is going to be able to come over via the blog talk. So maybe you could log into Dr. Truman's Ustream page to follow on with the show going into the last hour of it. All right, we're down to 12 minutes. All right, and I'm gonna take some more calls in. I'm gonna try and see if we can get all the calls in that we have here, but it's gonna be. I think we're gonna probably need another hour or two just to get through them. You understand me? Lots of calls in, lots of texts coming through the Skype. You understand me? We definitely have to do a show like this again. Okay? All right.
Wonderful, wonderful. By the way, earlier when we talked about blood thinning and we talked about warfarin, warfarin is rat poison. That's what they're giving people to thin their blood, is rat poison. You look it up, warfarin, warfarin. That's what they're doing. They're giving people warfarin, which is rat poisoning, to thin their blood. I'm telling you, things like this make me angry.
Wow. You know what, man? That was a family member that asked me to ask that question. I think they're on warfarin at the minute. You know.
Yeah, Coumadin. They call it Coumadin, warfarin. You can buy it, and it's cheaper just to go buy the rat poison.
And just to go back over what we just said before, is that we need this as a nation. We need doctors. We need, and I mean real doctors, not these killers that they have in suits. You understand me? We need people who can, everyone deals with some form of health problem. So going back to everyone out there, let's try and support Dr. Truman here as much as we can. I am definitely gonna donate to the cause, and if we can get everyone out there who are listening to do the same, you understand me? And we're nation building right now, you understand me? And we have to
appreciative.
We have to look after the people who are looking after us, Like Elder Ricard said before, you go into a doctor's surgery right now, the ridiculous out there in Jamaica right now. I know so many people out there right now suffering from diabetes, from high blood pressure, from cancers. So many people are telling out there they got HIV. You understand me? And these are people who I know personally. So the health topic has always been something very, very close to me. And I know I have friends right now tuning in from the islands right now, tuning in, and I know that the information that you're giving is invaluable to them right now. You understand me? I don't think they can put a price on it, man. Okay.
Well, it's a privilege to serve Jesus Christ in this way, and it is a beautiful thing that I have observed over the last 51 years of doing this and helping people. Because I help babies and I help Mama and Papa and Grandpa, Grandma, everybody. They feel better. We have more quality of life. And God wants us to be happy and to be whole and to be well. I mean, He says it throughout the Bible, So it's such a blessing to know about the natural remedies so that you don't have to go to someone who doesn't really care and who's just going to give you a drug, even like chemotherapy. The doctors know chemotherapy is poison. There's a fellow by the name of Dr. Berzinski who created the cure for cancer, but he charges $100,000 for his natural remedy, which is derived from some amino acids. That's all. From amino, and it works, and it gets rid of the worst kinds of cancers and so forth. But who can afford $100,000? So it was great that he did that, but the bad news was that the FDA since 1980 chased this man around, put him before Congress, and they never won. But they never quit. And people came in, and Congress and so forth, and they stood up, and they said how this man cured them and their children from the worst cancers. And still, the FDA don't quit. Because the FDA is the evil arm of some evil pharmaceutical people, and we need to look at the alternatives. You know, there are times we might need some medication, but if we can, and if we do, we need to do it. But mainly, if we can get off that medication or not have to take that medication if we know the natural remedy, and this is what God has laid upon my heart to know and to do. Amen.
Okay, let's open the lines up again and get some more callers in. We're down to the last 7 minutes of the live show. Those of you who want to follow, continue, call 646-200-4309, or you can follow us on Ustream via. Could you say that for me, please, Dr. Truman?
It's Ustream is Truman the Herbalist. Truman the Herbalist when you go on Ustream.
Truman the Herbalist. Down to the last 7 minutes, all right? And we're going to take a call at Brother Jeremiah. As a matter of fact, hold on. There's a caller before him. We have Johanna Rahai with a question.
Okay. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.
How you doing, brothers?
I am blessed and pray that you are blessed as well.
Hey, give me just one moment, all right?
Sure.
Mira, Mark, te llamo entre 5 minutos, okay? Okay, gracias. Hey, shalom, everyone. Shalom, Brother Gocc. Shalom, Elder Bakar. Shalom, Dr. Truman. This is Brother Yahan Ra'ai from Canada. Just calling in, first of all, for a comment. Thanking the Most High for a great brother like you putting out the works of the Most High, helping the people out there, you know, dealing with diseases and illnesses that are naturally healed by the substances that you supply. And, you know, I just want to put that out there. You know, my mother-in-law that is actually in this truth, baptized in this truth, is dealing with Mr. Truman's supplies, and she has colon cancer, and she's been feeling much better. All praises to the Most High, and she actually looking better too. She lost weight. She's feeling more rejuvenated, more energy. You know, and this has been only a few weeks. Only a few weeks. You know, this is just to put out there for all the listeners that, listen, if you have that faith and you're working with the right supplements, which means you're consuming the right things, you know, you'll be good. You know, we don't need to go out there to these physicians of no value that lie to you and give you poison and try to kill you. That's what they try to do. And I have something to share at the same time. I've been through a very, very rough night this past night. I was in the hospital because my wife was dealing with some issues. We just found out not too long ago that she was pregnant, and last night she started bleeding a lot. So you know, I tried to, you know, go through prayer and anoint her, but the pain was too much. She was bleeding a lot, so we had to rush in an ambulance to the hospital. Next thing I know, they telling me that she having a miscarriage. All right, you know, yeah. So I've been through a lot, but you know, I praise to the Most High. I'm strong. I'm making sure that I don't let this bring me down. And I had a question if there's anything my wife can take, like to help her, because the worst of all of this is the hospital did nothing. They actually sent her back home, and the child is in her womb as we speak, lifeless. And they said, you need to get back home and just, it's just going to come out, you just have to be patient. So, yeah, I'm actually home with my wife suffering in bed right now. And yeah, I don't know if it's something that she can take that can help her,
Yes. Number one, anytime anyone is bleeding and you have excessive bleeding, the herb that you can use is shepherd's purse, and that you will usually stop.
Okay, shepherd's purse. I'm taking that down.
However, if you don't have some shepherd's purse, usually, and you might not be able to get it real easy, because if somebody's bleeding, you need it right away. Cayenne pepper. Take a level teaspoon of cayenne pepper in a half a cup of hot water.
Okay, cayenne pepper. Okay.
Stir it up and get them to drink that down. And before you can count to 10, let's say if they cut their finger off and the blood is spurting in the air, but when you drink that, you cannot count to 10 before it will stop. It will just stop in midair, and what happens is cayenne pepper will take blood pressure, and it will take the blood pressure that is to the head or to here, anywhere, and it brings it right to the center of the body. So it brings the blood pressure to the center of the body. You cannot hemorrhage. That is a secret to that. Also, the cayenne pepper will stop a heart attack, bring someone out of a heart attack if you do that immediately when they're having a heart attack. Also, the last thing, if someone is passed out because the blood went to their head and being busy, it will take that blood that's going to their head and it will bring it down to the center of their body, and it will stop that as well. So cayenne pepper is a very fast, quick remedy when there's bleeding. But now what we need to do is make sure that in the future that your wife is taking raspberry leaves to help strengthen the uterus, and it can be taken as a tea. If there's a time of if there's going to be you're going to lose the baby, then you take false unicorn and lobelia, and you take that internally and immediately get this woman to bed, her feet elevated, and she's taking false unicorn and lobelia drops under the tongue, maybe 12 drops every 15 minutes until the miscarriage has stopped. But that's how we stop a miscarriage, is with false unicorn and lobelia.
Okay. How do we write that false unicorn?
False unicorn is the word false, F-A-L-S-E.
Okay.
New word, unicorn.
Okay.
U-N-I-C-O-R-N.
Okay.
False unicorn.
Okay, got it.
So, keep those things on hand. So in the future, as you're building her up, and she's taking a good prenatal vitamin, she's taking, because I have herbs that you take for nutrition. It's a daily pregnancy tonic tea that you take during pregnancy for nutrition and toning and preparing for birth. And of this daily pregnancy tea tonic, you take about a half of a cup or 1 cup 3 times a day. This will build her up and keep her strong. Then, at the 37th week of pregnancy, then we use a special 37th week pregnancy tonic tea. That's going to help prepare for an easy easy birth. And the folic acid is necessary precursor for the manufacture of genetic material like RNA and DNA. And every girl who is of childbearing age needs to be taking folic acid and B12 under the tongue every day to prevent birth defects of the child. That's how we do that. And then we make sure that we're taking that prenatal vitamin with folic acid during pregnancy. And if there is a miscarriage, well, that's when we use that miscarriage formula with wild yam, false unicorn root, red raspberry leaves, guavine, catnip, and ginger. That's another one that's going to soothe and to stop any kind of a miscarriage. So there are a number of different things. That miscarriage formula is number 1064, and it has. So those are lots of things that we can do to prevent the miscarriage, to deal with it when it's happening at the time, and so those are some ideas. And we have many other things, like after the child is born, then we use cocoa butter for the scarring, and those are some ideas.
Okay. Now the question is, like, as of now, since you're still dealing with the child in your womb, what would be the best thing, like, to cleanse it, help it out?
Okay. You would want to use clean water for douching. Then also there is an herbal douche formulation that you can order from us. Ask for that, and then she can douche with this natural herbal formula that will help to cleanse her out and get going again. And then after that, we just want to make sure that she's nourished and strong and healthy. And the next time, the Lord willing, this child will be a blessing that you can all, be happy that you have a new baby. But we need to nourish the body correctly, and I'm glad to send you this report, or you can see this report on my website, healthherbs.com. It's under conditions. Brings up the alphabet. Click on M. Click on miscarriage. It brings up all this report and all this information.
All right, I'm gonna do so, brother. You have my email. We've been communicating a lot, and I want to thank you. I want to thank the Most High to have a brother like you, and after this experience, I'm gonna make sure that it brings me up and it keeps me strong. I'm not gonna let nothing stop me from doing the works of the Most High, man. I'm telling you, man. The devil be coming around. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna pray to the Most High and just get stronger through anything I'm gonna be dealing with, because our trials and tribulations are not finished. And I want to put that out there for our brothers and sisters, man. Don't get discouraged. Anything we may face, pray on to the Most High and ask for strength and courage, man.
Amen.
So, Tawada, thank you so much, everyone, and I love you all, man. Shalom.
All right, man, brother Jan, man. Give my prayers, man. All right, take it easy, okay? Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Wow. All right, man. We over into the overtime. We have about 55 minutes left for the show. So let's try and get through as many questions as we can. Okay. We're gonna go to Brother Stephen with a question.
Shalom, Brother Stephen.
Shalom.
Shalom. How can I be helpful?
646. Hello, can you hear me? Shalom.
Shalom. You have a question, please?
Okay. No answer here. No answer. We come back to Brother Stephen again afterwards. Brother Jeremiah. 972. Can you hear me? Shalom.
Yes, hello, brothers. I have a question for the doctor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
yes, hello. How can I
be
helpful?
Yes, recently my little brother actually been diagnosed with
Hold on, brother, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, you're better now, yeah.
Okay. Yes, I was asking, my brother has been diagnosed with tuberculosis, and I was trying to see was there any kind of like herbal, like natural medicine he can use, because I know like the medicine he's using now, the nurse told, like, you know, the state nurse comes out wherever and they give him, it's like a lot of pills he have to take, and she told him, like, you know, one of these pills can actually collapse your lungs, like, they can benefit you on one side, but the other side, like, they help collapse your lungs. And he told him, like, well, I'm going to stop taking these pills. It's going to help me collapse my lungs. And, that, you know, they threatened him and stuff, say, you know, we're going to send you to jail. And they sent him, like, letters out and stuff saying you can go to jail for not taking his medicine because he's been diagnosed with tuberculosis. So he started back taking them again because he's like, you know, he didn't want to go to jail. So I was trying to see, like, was there any kind of, like, natural medicine that's on the earth that he can use?
Did you say tuberculosis?
Correct, yes.
So for tuberculosis, let's take a look here. Because I remember I was in Vancouver, Washington, 20 years ago, and a lady had tuberculosis. And we started talking about some herbal drops that are for the respiratory system, number 1297, some herbal drops for the immune system, number 1284 to help to build her up. We did the colon and liver cleansing liquid, number 1477. We did the number 3350 fiber to make sure she had plenty of fiber. Lots of CoQ10, about 300 milligrams of CoQ10. Some of that amino acid L-cysteine, L-cysteine, not cysteine, but L-cysteine. That amino acid, number 8969, to detoxify the body. Lots of vitamin A, about 100,000 IUs of 4 capsules of vitamin A per day for 1 month. Thereafter, we take about 50,000 IUs of vitamin A, and making sure she's getting some extra beta carotene. So you got a couple of sources of vitamin A. We also talked about flaxseed oil and pycnogenol or grapeseed extract, some zinc, the mineral zinc, and lots of vitamin C. After, let's see, I came back there 2 months later. She said, I don't have tuberculosis anymore. They can't find it anymore. And so I just want you to know that by working with the respiratory system and the immune system and the digestive tract, keeping things cleaned out and increasing the oxygen with coenzyme Q10 to the blood and detoxifying with L-cysteine and lots of vitamin A and these things, they work. They work. People come back to me and they tell me and they thank me. They said, you did it. And I tell them, I didn't do it. God did it. And it works to share it with somebody else so we can help as many people as possible. But tuberculosis should not be a problem.
Okay. My one more question I had. Have you ever heard of a doctor called Dr. Garrison?
No, but there's so many people these days that are doing good work. Dr. Garrison, I don't know him.
Okay, cool. All right, this is question I had. I think I will definitely go on the website, and you have these on your website, correct?
Yes, and of course you can call me and email me for any questions. Do you have my email?
No. Can I get that, please?
Sure. Email is Truman, Truman, at health, that's the word health, HEALTH, then another word, herbs, HERBS.com. Truman at healthherbs.com. And healthherbs.com is the website where I'm looking all this free information up. Free audio, free reports. It's all no charge. And on the home page, it asks if you can to support us, to give us a donation. We're a non-profit Christian ministry, and if you can donate, thank you very much. And if you can't, it's all right. God bless you. We love you.
All right, thank you, and you guys have a good one.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, Dr. Truman?
Yes, hello. Shalom.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, I'm looking on your channel, right?
Yes.
And there's a question here. It says, "Hi, can you explain warts? Is there a remedy for warts? My friend just told that he has HPV."
He has what?
HPV.
HTB.
HPV.
Oh, high blood pressure?
No, I think that is. It says my friend has just been told that he has HPV. I think he's talking about the human papillomavirus.
Okay. So, yeah, all right. Well, then we go with colloidal silver water, which destroys every kind of virus, fungus, bacteria. And so what I did was I invented this little box about 35 years ago with batteries in it, so it's portable. You can take it anywhere. You don't have to worry if there's no electricity. You can take and make a glass or a gallon jug of colloidal silver water by taking this little box, lay it down on the counter, take the wire and put the rods in each of the clips, bend it over down into a glass of water. In 10 minutes, you have a glass of colloidal silver water anywhere in the world, anytime you want it, and it kills all bacteria, funguses, and viruses, all of them. So we would make sure that this person is getting enough colloidal silver water. Then we would be looking at, oh my goodness, we'd be looking at the other antivirus herbs like olive leaf. Olive leaf, there's a biblical herb for you that is against viruses. So we would make sure that we would get these antiviral herbs like olive leaf extract and colloidal silver water, and then we're going to look at the whole person and say, okay, what are your symptoms? How, are you drinking enough water? What kind of food are you eating? Are you eating regular food from the supermarket? If so, 99.9% chance you're eating genetically modified organisms instead of real food, which is meant by our government to cause disease, and they want to hide it and don't even want to tell you what foods it's in. I mean, it's just ridiculous the efforts that these evil people are going to. So they're poisoning us with GMO foods. We want to make sure you're eating foods that are real, drinking plenty of real water, and then we want to look at every single aspect of that person, making sure that they are emotionally, physically, spiritually in tune. That they are getting support in every direction. The body will just flourish when you do that, and the glory to God. Amen.
Okay. All right. Let's open up the phone lines again and take another caller. And I read that question off the Ustream page. I can see the questions on it there from where I'm sat. People asking in the questions on your channel there. So I hope that answers the question to the person that wrote it. And let's go to Brother Darnell with a comment. Shalom, brother.
Shalom. My sister got lupus. Is there a remedy for that?
Yes, there is. On my website, when you go to healthherbs.com, and then you look on the left there, it says conditions. I click on conditions, and then we're going to click on L for lupus. And there it is in the list. I click on lupus, and it's telling me that it's an autoimmune disease in which its own immune system attacks its own connective tissue and causes inflammation. Lupus is more likely to affect women rather than men. And there are two types: systemic lupus erythematosus, which attacks the organs and the joints of the body. Then there's
she has the one where she's in the sun, her skin raises up, like the one that's talking about. Where
the other one is discoid lupus erythematosus, which affects the skin, and a butterfly pattern rash forms over the nose and the cheeks usually. And the natural remedies include making sure you're getting acidophilus powder, since it's a viral scenario. I'd make sure you're getting colloidal silver water. Flaxseed oil is a good remedy. There's grape seed extract that's useful when there's lupus. Super veggie powder, which is all these green foods that are detoxifying the body and nourishing and strengthening the body. There's a liver formula. We want to help the liver, so we would use that number 1058 liver formula. Then also, because this is affecting the liver, we would use a half a teaspoon of milk thistle seed extract every day, and in 120 days, the liver would receive 60% new liver cells with a half a teaspoon of milk thistle seed extract over 120 days, 60% new liver cells. So that would really help greatly because it affects the liver, and now that really helps. The detoxifier, we have a detoxification formula of tincture, liquid tincture, and it's number 1033 detoxifier formula. She wants to be sure and take a good multiple vitamin and herbal formula. The very best one is called Intramax. You will find it listed on our website, but we can't advertise it because it's such a powerful, all-natural, over 420 natural ingredients in this natural vitamin, all from plants, and you take a half a capful in the morning and a half a capful at night, but we can't even give you the price over the air. We can't even give you...
Can you spell it?
What? What did you say?
I said, can you spell it?
Intramax. 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 If you ask for it, you have to call in our telephone number at the office, which is 1-800-345-4152. They're closed right now, but they're open tomorrow. That's 1-800-345-4152, extension 0. The worldwide telephone number to call is 541-791.
Right. And I had another question. I got a friend, Brandon. His baby's 1.5. It's a boy, and they've been vaccinating him to the tilt, and I've been pleading with him to stop, but they just diagnosed him with lymphoma cancer at a 1.5-year-old. And I've been pleading with him to go to different doctors, or and they're already trying to put him on chemo. And I've been telling them not to, but I always be trying to preach a lot of stuff, so no one ever listens to me. But I just wanted something to tell them. I need to tell them, so they don't put them on the chemo.
Yes, well, they need to know that chemotherapy is poison. Doctors know it's poison, but if they don't recommend it, they lose their license because the drug manufacturers and the FDA have ruled that everybody gets chemo even though it kills them. It's a slow and murderous and painful death.
I showed him a video on the internet where doctors were saying it was 97%, ineffective, and they get like $7,000 for every time, And they just don't listen. They just say that, someone could have just made that in their basement or something, just made that video, that's not nothing real. And I'd be trying to tell them, you're just killing you. And his kid is an Israelite kid, so that's why I really know that they've been giving him all them horrible vaccinations. But Yeah, I've been just pleading with him not to put the kid on the chemotherapy. I mean, especially at 1.5. But yeah, so I was just hoping to have something to tell him or something, you know, to where
But tell if you've got a computer, look up on your computer Burzynski, Burzynski, Dr. Burzynski. When you look at his story, he will, and they made a movie out of it. How the FDA, how horrible they made a movie out of it, and you can find it up on Netflix and Comcast and different places. But look it up in the computer, Burzynski. He has the cure for cancer, but he charges $100,000 for it because it's just a couple of amino acids, a derivative of them that he gets from horse urine that works, and it gets rid of the worst cancers. But and who can afford $100,000? So that's why he's very wealthy and has a great big laboratory and lots of scientists working for him, and he can afford to fight the FDA because he's had to since 1980. And but when you read that story or when you listen or when you watch that movie, anybody who watches that and still does chemotherapy, they don't get it. So anyway, the telephone number for people to call the office and order products directly from the office is during right now they're closed because it's 5 o'clock here on the West Coast, so they're closed, but they're open tomorrow. That telephone number, worldwide telephone number, is 541-791-8400, extension 0. But yes, there's a complete cancer report. If you email me, Truman at healthherbs.com, I'll make sure you get a lupus report. I'll make sure you get a cancer report. And then for pancreatic cancer and lymphatic cancer, you want to know about an herb called Mo-More-Dica. Mo-More-Dica is what will restore the pancreas and make it go back to work, just like milk thistle will restore the liver and make it go back to work. Just like marshmallow root, taking a tablespoon of marshmallow root to boiled water, pull it off the burner, put that the marshmallow root in the water, and put a lid on it, and let it wait until it cools down. That will restore the kidneys. So we got the kidneys, we got the liver, we got the pancreas. We can restore them. Those are the herbs that do it.
Doctor, let me ask you this, right?
Yes.
Someone right now is diagnosed or been diagnosed with diabetes for the past 10 years. Been taking insulin, been taking all these drugs, right?
Yes.
What would you say to that person right now to get them off the medication that they've been taking and bringing and reactivating the pancreas right now? What would you say, and how soon would that work?
You're going to see results depending on the age, the condition of the person, other illnesses. So you can't say it's going to work in 1 week or 2 weeks. We don't know. But you're going to see they feel better right away. And they're going to get better and better and better. But for the pancreas, again, the herb is Mo-More-Dica. Mo-More-Dica. And then we're going to let them know about a wonderful herbal tea that it's a diabetic herbal tea that we have available, and it's called number 4610, Truman's Diabetes Tea, and it gives you the directions and everything how to take this tea, and that helps to restore the pancreas. There's a lot of help for it. There's diabetes drops, herbal extract drops called diabetes. There's the diabetic insulin support if you need more help. And everybody needs help with the kidneys and the heart. So there's a kidney herbal tincture. There's a heart herbal tincture. And the name of them is kidney bladder formula and heart formula. So all of these are so wonderful, and then it depends. If we don't start seeing some people, their insulin levels start going where they're supposed to be within a week or two, then we're going to start looking at other problems. We're going to start looking at other herbs like Gymnema sylvestre from India that blocks sugar so you can't absorb it. We're going to use things like xylitol, which is the safe sweetener for people who have diabetes. We're going to use fenugreek, and if it's a man, we're going to use a male hormone formula to build them up. If it's a woman, we're going to use chaste tree berries to balance out her hormone. We're going to use herbs against cancer and diabetes, like the Renee Cossey Essiac formula. So there's just a lot of things that we can do. We need to get started somewhere. We need to then make sure that that person is being helped in every direction. We have to make sure that they are spiritually in tune, that they have a relationship with the Lord, and that they're okay there, and we need to make sure that they're getting all the certain nutrition, lots of calcium, magnesium, multiple vitamin like that Intramax, and garlic and digestive enzymes, and chromium, all of these things, B12 and folic acid drops, all of these things are going to help when there's diabetes, and we need to start somewhere and then start adding in more and more nutrition until finally the body says, wow, I'm getting so much nutrition, I'm just going to get well, and it does. And miraculously, you give the body something wrong, you poison it. You give the body something right, you're healing it. And if we're drinking enough water and eating enough right nutrients, yes, no problem with diabetes. I know a lot of people who don't have it anymore. Okay?
Why I'm asking that as well is because a lot of my family suffer from it. You understand me? And what they tell me it's hereditary. So I'm like a bit worried for myself. Like maybe at some point in time I'm gonna pick up this disease. Now, what would you say to someone like me then who has it as a family trait of it?
Just keep monitoring your insulin levels, and if they start to tell you you're borderline diabetic, that's when you catch it early and you start taking something like that diabetes herbal tea, and bang, that's all you need. Whereas somebody else who's got a real tough problem with diabetes, going to need the diabetes herbal tea and maybe some glucose balance capsules to, with a lot of other nutrients in there, like that glucose balance capsules, number 8626. There's just a lot of things that we can do to increase the circulation and to make sure that they're digesting good and the kidneys are working and everything. So we can target specific nutrients to help with all kinds of symptoms, and we need to deal with each person individually and until they're getting results. And after a period of time, as long as they're eating a diet that's nourishing their body and they're not eating GMO food and getting vaccinated with poisons and other stuff, then they're going to do fine. And that's it. It just disappears. It goes away when you do the right things, and it's like keeping the faith and praying. The more you keep the faith and the more you pray, the better it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's open up the callers. We're down to the last, say, half an hour of the show. And see if we can take some more callers in. We have Brother Shane from the 409 area. Brother Shane, you there?
Yeah. Shalom.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
I have a question about cataracts.
Yes.
The eye disease.
Yes. I eye formula that when you use this eye formula, cataracts would fall off. It came from Dr. Christopher, School of Natural Healing, way back 40 years ago, 50 years ago. But the FDA made me pour it down the drain and took pictures of me doing it. And as long as I did that, they would let me continue. Otherwise, they were going to close me down and take everything and pour it down the drain. So I did. But let's take a look at cataracts, because there's a lot we can do with it. And by the way, what happened with the cataracts, do we have this eye disorders formula, number 1034, and it's where it's that formula, number 1034 eye formula, is for eye disorders, pink eye, cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, weak and tired eyes, and what is in there is eye bright herb, bayberry bark, passion flower, golden seal root, and a little cayenne, and some bilberry fruit and bilberry leaf. Now, you can take that internally, but what the FDA didn't know is that if you added a little bit of raw honey to that formula, then you could take that internal eye formula that I just mentioned, number 1034, and you could put like about 3 to 6 drops in an eye cup or a shot glass, and add colloidal silver water would be great to that, and then you hold this eye cup up to your eyes, and you rinse your eyes, and you look up and down and back and forth, and you do that for 15, 20 seconds. You get tired of that. Then you do the other eye, and you're washing the eyes out. What happens between 60 and 90 days is your eye vision improves. Cataracts will generally fall off. And the only thing you have to do is add a little bit of, to those 3 to 6 drops of this eye formula, you need to add 2 or 3 drops of raw honey. The raw honey, the enzymes in it, heat up the cataracts and doesn't harm the eye. As a matter of fact, we all know that honey is good even if there's a burn, because it's got all the enzymes in it. So that is an eye formula for cataracts. It's called number 1034 eye formula. It's used internally, but if you add a little bit of raw honey, it's used externally as well. But we can't sell it for that anymore. So then there's eye health. There's things like lutein, esters, kelp and seaweed, and the amino acid L-glutamine, and the amino acid L-lysine, grapeseed extract, lots of B complex to feed the nerves, and lots of vitamin A, and lots of vitamin C, estrophyte C, regular vitamin C, extra B6, liquid chlorophyll, or the super green foods. All of those are excellent for you. MSM, methylsulfonylmethane, because it's comes in like a pound of powder, looks like sugar, tastes no taste other than slightly bitter, just a little bit bitter. And what the MSM powder does is it takes the cells of the body, and the cells, they age and they dry up, and you have a dried up old person. But if you're taking MSM, it keeps the cell young and what they call permeable, which means the cell is young and healthy because of the MSM powder, and that way nutrients get into the cell easier and toxins get out of the cell easier. So MSM is one way to stop the cells from dying and becoming, and you stop looking quite so old. But that's MSM, and that's good against cataracts. Lecithin granules, garlic is good. Enzymes are very good. And be sure and ask for the special enzymes that we can't advertise, because like the Intramax is a special vitamin that we can't advertise because the manufacturers of them, which aren't us, we don't make them, but They're great, but they're doctors only. So we make sure you get them. Just ask. And we make sure you get the best enzymes. And the best enzymes will eat up scar tissue and things that cause cataracts. So there's a list of things here, and I'm glad to send you this list. All you have to, or you go up on the internet at healthherbs.com, and you look over to the left there, and it says conditions. You click on conditions, brings up the alphabet. You click on C for cataracts, and it brings up all this information about cataracts. So, or you give me a call or at 541-981-2520, or email me, Truman, Truman, at healthherbs.com, and I send you all this information free. And yes, if you can make a donation, it helps me keep going because we're a nonprofit and we help people at no charge. We give deep discounts to the poor and to senior citizens, but at the end of the month we can't pay the rent, and I can't pay my legal bills to stand up and fight the FDA while I give you truthful information. So if you can make a donation, please do so right on the website, healthherbs.com. But that gives you ways to reach us and get this information. And then know one thing, that I will work with you over and over again. This isn't a one-time deal. When you know my telephone number, you have a friend you could call up. That's my number. And I don't have a secretary, so you get me when you call 541-981-2520. Right now, of course, I'm on, doing this broadcast, but I take your number and I call you back. So that's how to reach me and get that information, okay?
Okay.
All right. God bless you, my friend.
Bless you, too, and thank you.
You're welcome. Shalom.
And thank you, too, Elder. Shalom.
We're helping a lot of people with a lot of information here. This is wonderful.
I mean, listen, the line right now is jammed up, jam-packed. I'm just going to try and run through some more questions real quick. We have Brother Stephen with a question from the 646 area. Brother Stephen, you there?
Hello?
Hello, Brother Stephen, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Brother Stephen. Shalom. This is Truman, the herbalist.
Yes, Dr. Truman. I spoke to you before. You was helping me with my diabetes and hypertension, and I got to tell you, the advice that you've given me to the medication that you to take has really, really helpful. I'm controlling my blood sugar very well, as well as my hypertension, and I really thank you for your advice. But I think the most high for the healing.
Hallelujah. Glory to God and victory to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Yes, you have received a healing for His, and we all can receive a healing for His glory. Amen.
Amen. I was recently found out that my aunt was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And well, my mom was very concerned about this. My mom suspected that that's what was going on with her because it was an ailment that her father had suffered from as well. But she's trying to see if there's any natural way of treating this.
Yes, and we do have an Alzheimer's report up on our website that the FDA would love to take down and keep claiming they're going to do it. So far they haven't. I don't think they're strong enough to get... The FDA is powerful, but I don't think the FDA is strong enough to get through. Always hold on here while I tell somebody else I'll call them back. Hold just a moment. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. All right. That's the good news. Sometimes I push these buttons and I lose people, and that's sad. So, okay, where were we? I was letting someone know that I will call them back.
Okay. You was helping me with the Alzheimer's treatment.
Yes, the Alzheimer's. So, what's going on with the Alzheimer's and there's a big report on it here on our website. You know, really gives you a lot of information about Alzheimer's and the risk, dementia, and what scientists think about the 4.5 million Americans who suffer AD. The disease usually begins after the age of 60, and so just getting past all of that, let's get to some of the main things we can do about it, because what's happening here, there's increased memory loss, shortened attention span, difficulty recognizing friends and family, problems with language, including speech and reading and comprehension and writing, a difficulty in organizing their thoughts, inability to learn new things or cope with unexpected situations. They have restlessness, agitation, anxiety, fearfulness, and wandering, and especially in the late afternoon or the evening, which is called sundowning when there's Alzheimer's. There's hallucinations, delusions, and the list goes on and on and on that can happen here. So, key thing is enzymes. Make sure that they're getting our very best enzymes. Ask for them, and they'll get the very best enzymes. Then there is mango. This mangosteen, fruit, that's good against Alzheimer's. There's something called SAM-E, and SAM-E is an antidepressant, and it helps benefit the joints, connective tissues, and it promotes a healthy liver. It helps with arthritis and fibromyalgia, and it's also valuable when there is Alzheimer's. But SAM-E is very helpful, and there are things like pregnenolone. Pregnenolone is what they gave World War II pilots at the end of the World War II when they finally discovered this, and then they went on and continued to give it to pilots since then. Because pregnenolone is what they would give a pilot who is fatigued, worn out, can't fly any more missions, says, I'm finished. They give him some pregnenolone, and that person can stand more stress. And so pregnenolone is something that is very valuable to know about. There's Alzheimer's. We need to make sure that when there's Alzheimer's that this person is getting a lot of B-complex, because the B-complex goes in your body and is gone in an hour or two. It washes right out of the body, and you got to keep putting it back in. So making sure you're getting time-release B-complex or B-complex, 100 milligrams 2-3 times a day, B12 and folic acid. Colloidal minerals are indicated when there's Alzheimer's. Lots of vitamin C. Sometimes allergies are involved in this Alzheimer's, and we make sure that there's not an allergic reaction going on here. We increase the memory and brain clarity with phosphatidylserine, number 8641. There is a brain balance herbal formula that helps balance blood-brain chemistry, 1068. Find that EPA fish oil, super EPA, helps when there's Alzheimer's. Flaxseed oil helps when there's Alzheimer's. Borage oil. These oils, you'd be surprised at how many different health disorders respond to when somebody starts taking all these super EPA, omega-3 flaxseed oil, borage oil. All of these things really help when there's Alzheimer's and other mental problems. So there's also, besides that, there's an anti-anxiety herbal tincture, because if they're anxious, because when there's Alzheimer's, if there's anxiety, we need to deal with it. Calm down that anxiety. So there is an anxiety herbal formula in tincture drops. If they don't want it underneath the tongue, well, fine, then we'll give them a little bit of good tasting juice or some herbal tea, put a few drops in there, bam, they get it. They don't care. They don't know they're getting some drops if they decide that they didn't want them. Because sometimes people decide they don't want, they become stubborn especially when there's Alzheimer's. There's also a depression formula. There's 5-HTP, and there's a lot. So there's a lot of amino acids, a lot of B complexes, a lot of A and E. It's going to help with Alzheimer's. Those are just some of the answers. I'm glad to send you the full report if you email me or give me a call or call the office. Okay?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Doctor. And there's just one last question I got to ask you about something that I was taking in the past that I received from an herbalist called something percolonate. It starts with a CH.
Chlorella?
Percolonate. It was something that he was telling me that will help speed up my metabolism to cause me to lose weight. But it also elevated my blood pressure at the same time.
You don't want that. No. And we got to watch that blood. And that's the things you got to watch is some of these things and how they work with each single person. Just because somebody, is able to take it and work great for them, somebody else might have a slight reaction. Maybe their body don't like that herb or something. So we always start with a little bit and increase it to where we either feel it or don't feel it, getting results or don't getting results, and we just started increasing it, looking at the label and not trying to go too far beyond the label, although on every one of my labels I underdose everybody because I don't want to hurt anybody.
Right. Thank you, Doctor.
But, there are lots and lots of things. Let me send you that full report on that. Now, did you have any other questions?
No, you've been very helpful, and this is something I could take back and sit down with my mom and go over it with her and see if we can gather these herbals and things together and begin to start treating my aunt with it.
Okay, and take a look at if you can, take a look at our website, and when you click on the condition reports, take a look at weight loss and obesity, and it's going to give you all kinds of helpful hints and information, and because there's things like Hoodia that take away your appetite, and there are other things like even amino acids. For instance, I haven't had time to eat, and so I took some amino acids about 3-4 hours ago, and I'm still okay. But that's going to give you a lot of energy and take away your appetite, but yet at the same time and make you feel good. A good multiple amino acid tablet like the one that I'm taking. Work very good, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, God bless you, brother. Shalom.
God bless you. Shalom.
Okay. All right, man. Now we're down to the final 10 minutes of the show. Let's see if we can squeeze in 2 more callers real quick. Or, let's just try and see how much we can take in before we cut off, all right?
Very good, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hold on one sec. We have Sister Keda. Sister Keda, can you
Hello?
there? Hello?
Yeah, it's Sister Ketis. How are you doing?
We're good.
Hi, Sister Ketis. I am blessed, and I pray that you are as well. How can I be helpful?
Well, I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis at the age of 19, and that was 7 years ago. It's an autoimmune disease,
yes.
And currently I'm pregnant. So the symptoms have resided, but my concern is after the pregnancy, I don't want to have to rely on the Mestinine and the prednisone because it causes so many side effects and so many bad things to happen to me that, you know, I want to know if there is any immediate natural remedies that I can take before getting the herbs that you suggested on your website, or is there anything in particular that I can take?
How we would approach this is, number one, we're going to take care of you and the baby right now, and want you to go to our website.
Okay.
Alphabet, then you click on P for pregnancy, and it gives you all kinds of things to remain healthy and feeling good and have lots of energy while you're pregnant. Also help you to keep the baby just in case you're threatened with miscarriage. Tells you how to deal with that as well. So that would be a valuable thing to know about immediately. Then I want to work on this myasthenia gravis. I want you to email me and give you some answers of things that we can do naturally. Prednisone, you know, it's the most horrible drug that there is, but if you have to have it, you have to have it. But it'll kill you. Prednisone is going to kill you over a period of time. So we need to work with you to build up your immune system, and especially this is going to be difficult to strengthen you.
See the doctor going in and out. Dr. Truman.
Yeah.
So it may be.
Well, look, Doc, I think we lost it for a couple of seconds there. Sister Keita, do you have the information for the website and the email address?
I have his email address. So he wants me to contact him because the case is severe, right?
Yeah, I want you to contact me so that I want you to contact me as soon as possible so I can do some research and give you some answers so that you know after your pregnancy you're going to be able to deal with this and perhaps get away from these medications. And we're going to ask for the Lord to help me to give you the right answers here, and I know that the Lord will. So give me an email so I can do that. Okay?
Okay, I will.
All right,
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Okay, so hello. Bye-bye. Okay, we're down to the last 6 minutes of the show. 5 minutes to be exact. Take 2 more callers. And everyone, I hope you have the number for doctor. You got the number. We're going to repeat it again at the end. So you can phone in and email the doctor and with your questions. I'm sorry if we weren't able to answer all the questions tonight. But we're trying our best to go through them, you know. Hold on. We have one more here. We have Sister Shanae.
Hello. Elaine.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Shalom, Brother Ganja and Brother Harris. This is my first time calling in. I just have a question. In 2008, my senior year in college, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and currently I'm taking a daily injection of Copaxone, and I'm just, listening in today, and I was wondering if there was some alternative medicine I could be taking.
I'm going to ask you to do the same thing because I want to send you a report. The answer is too long for me to give in my limited time that we have left here. But yes, there are things. As a matter of fact, the latest report on MedPage, the medical doctors are saying that if you ate cannabis, which is marijuana, if you have cannabis capsules and ate a few of those capsules every day, it would lessen your symptoms of multiple sclerosis. We also have a multiple sclerosis pain formulation, but again, I want to send you a complete report on a lot of different nutrients that are going to be helpful with your MS. But I need for you to email me, Truman@healthherbs.com, okay?
Okay, and one last thing. I have a student that wanted to know about SCAB.
To know about what?
SCAB, SCAB.
I'm
not
familiar
really
with.
sure what she was referring to, but she wanted me to ask.
Okay, be sure and ask your sister for the correct spelling of that. I will look it up. I will do some research, and I will answer your questions about what natural remedies are available for her. All you have to do is email me. Can you do that?
Okay, you said Truman at
Health, HEALTH. Then another HERBS. Truman at healthherbs.com. And Truman is TUMAN at healthherbs.com.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to hearing from you, and this will work fine. God bless you. Shalom.
We're down to the last minute of the show. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Not least Dr. Truman for taking time out and come on, and I'm sure we're going to get to speak again. And Dr. Truman, I don't know if you want to put your number and your email out just one more time for everyone who's listening. So we're down to the last 30 seconds of the show.
Okay, the telephone number to reach me here is 541-981-2520. That's 541-981-2520. My email address is Truman@healthherbs.com. Our huge website with all the free information, free reports, healthherbs.com. When you're on there, please give a donation. If you can, it's on the front page. If you can, fine. If you can't, God bless you anyway. And that's it.